in this video we're going to look at adding an article to a page. So what do I mean by an article? Well, that's the stories. Each of these are articles. No matter what page you look at, you have articles on each page. And again, we can look at technology page, education. Each one of these are articles. So you can see it's made up of, or can be made up of, a picture, the information, and a few other details. So that's what we're going to have a look at. And of course, when you're logged in as the webmaster, you can see that you've got the edit option here to edit any particular item. So let's click on edit and have a look at this particular one. You'll see the sorts of things that we're talking about. You can type in here a group, so that when you enter in a number of articles, if you want them to all appear under the same group heading, you just need to type in the heading. Once you've typed it in for the first article, then it will appear available here for every subsequent article. So that's something that you can use. Of course, the title for the article itself. You can type in here the text that goes with the article, and I'll go through all of these options here in another video, but basically you can add a hyperlink, which I assume is to another website. You can actually add an image. Now when you add an image here, the image can only come from the repository of the website. It can't come from your computer, because once you save this article, there's no connection to your computer when other people view your website. So it can only look at or use images from your repository. And of course you have to remember that you don't delete anything out of the repository, because if you do, then when it comes time for someone to look at this particular article, the image won't show because it won't be there. So just keep that in mind. And you've got a number of other options here which you should be familiar with if you've used a program like Word for Windows or any other word processing program. So we'll leave that for the time being. So you can type in your article. You can stipulate which page you want it to appear on. Now you can, if you select the home page, that means it will only appear on the home page, of course. Now having said that, if I select education, which is the one that it's already on, then down here I can tick this box and say show it on the home page as well. And when you do that, it collects the latest or the least used 10 items to show on the home page and cycles through all the other items that you've marked as home page, as well as the ones that you specifically place on the home page through this option here. So you've got two choices for your home page. The expiry date, just like the other items, you can put in an expiry date. You can clear the date there. That means this item will only show up to and including that date. If you wish to have a link in this article that references a YouTube video, you just need to put the source code from the YouTube embedded code for that particular video in there, nothing else. Don't put in the entire embedded code, just the bit after src equals, and then I'll probably have double quotes at either end. That's the bit you need to put in there without those double quotes, and that'll link straight up to a YouTube video. The link here should be normally a URL or website link, so you put the full link in with the HTTP, etc., and that will then link to whatever website you've put in there. Of course, when you do that, that will open up another window when you're looking at the article, so that you've got another window with that website in it. And we have a reference date here. Again, you can pick the date by clicking on it and picking a date. You can clear your date if you need to. Just going back a step here, you can also check the link prior to saving it to make sure it actually works, and that'll open up in another window if it works. You may use the date and then you may decide either to show the date on the screen or not show it, so that's entirely up to you. You tick that box if you want to display that reference date on the screen. In some instances, the system may tell you you need to have a reference date, but I won't worry about explaining why that is, particularly the newsletter types and those sorts of things. Now, the system will warn you that you need to have a date to be able to save it if it's necessary. I've already ticked the home page here, so not only will it show on the education page, it will also show on the home page temporarily. Active means turn it on, so you've got to turn it on for people to see it. And the gallery link here means that you might have a category in your gallery images of photos that relate to this article. So you can link this article to the people gallery, for example, so that when someone looks at the article, there'll be a link there to say, view more pictures, and you can click on that and it'll open up the image gallery and take you straight to that category so people can look at all the pictures that hopefully relate to this story. That means you don't have to try and dump all the pictures into the this box here and make a mess of your display or the website itself. If there is a current image already being used, you can remove that image, and of course you can use the two browse options here to replace the image or add in a new one, whatever the case may be. The in data bar here, you probably won't use that too often, or if at all, but if you tick that box, that means that this information will be shown just above the data, the footer at the bottom, across the bottom of the screen. So that may or may not be appropriate depending on what you want to show. So there's the basic items, and I'll update that just for the sake of it, and we'll see how it's affected. So it's still on this page. If we go to the home page, you'll see that there's the article there that we spoke about, and anything that has been tagged to another page but also told to be shown on the home page, you'll always see this see more education, so that's the page it came from. And if people want to see more items that might be applicable on that page, they can click on that. Whereas this article here and this one here, they don't have see more. That means that they were only put onto the home page specifically and no other page. And here's one that shows the video. So you watch this video, so if you click on that, then you'll see the particular video, and that video is quite funny at the end of the day. So I'll close that. So that's basically how putting an item in works. You just have to choose the options and place it on the page that you want, and fill out any of the other constraints that might appear. Now, to add a new page, so for example, I'll just go back to edit this one, and I'll take it off the home page and resave it. So update. You can delete it here, of course, and that'll delete the image and all the information that's related to it. So we'll update it so it won't appear on the home page now. There's the home page, and it's not there, but it's still on the education page where it initially was. Now, for example, if I want to add something to this education page, I've got add new item. So you'll find at the bottom of each page in this same position under this heading admin functions. So I can click on that, and it gives you all the empty boxes so you can fill out and then save it to that particular page. Just a matter of, and if you decide at the last minute I don't want it on the page where I clicked in the first place, you can actually tell it to put it on another page for the sake of that, and then fill out your other boxes where necessary. So that's an overall look at adding an item or adding data to a page.